அதான் வீடியோ ஆஃப் பண்ணிடுவா.
இருக்கட்டும் சார். தலைவரை ஆரம்பிக்கலாமா? இல்ல 2 more minutes வெயிட் பண்ணுமா? 5:05 ஒரு 5 நிமிஷத்துல ஆரம்பிச்சிடும். 2 நிமிஷத்துல ஆரம்பிச்சிடும்.
உங்களுடைய முடிவு தான் தலைவரே. நீங்க தான் கோஆர்டினேட்டர். சொல்லுங்க, செயல்படுவோம்.
மாதவன் ஆரம்பிக்கலாமே ப்ரோக்ராமே.
தலைவரே மிக்க நன்றி. இணைய வழியில் இணைந்திருக்கும் அனைத்து தமிழ் நெஞ்சங்களுக்கும் மாணவர்களுக்கும் இனிய மாலை வணக்கம். இது இணைய வழியில் நடத்தப்படும் ஒரு ஆலோசனை சார்பாக மாணவர்களுக்கு 10ஆம் வகுப்பு 12ஆம் வகுப்பு படிக்கும் மாணவர்களுக்கான ஒரு ஆலோசனைக்காக ஆரம்பிக்கும் ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் செஷன். இதை நடத்துவதற்காக நம்மளிடையே முக்கியமாக இதில் பரிச்சயமான ஒருவர் நம்மோட இணைந்துள்ளார். ரியாத் தமிழ்ச்சங்கம் சார்பாக இதனை நடத்தி தருவதற்காக வரவேற்புரை கொடுப்பதற்காக நம்முடன் இணைந்துள்ளார்கள் ஃபக்ருதீன் ஐயா அவர்கள். ஃபக்ருதீன் ஐயா, நீங்கள் வரவேற்புரை கொடுக்குமாறு வேண்டிக்
அனைவருக்கும் வணக்கம். அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும். நான் பேசுவது கேட்கிறதா?
கேட்கிறது.
ஐயா, நான் பேசுவது கேட்கிறதா?
கேட்கிறது.
கேட்கிறது சகோதரரே.
நன்றி நன்றி. ஒரு தொட்டனை தூறும் மணற்கேணி மாந்தருக்கு கற்றனை தூறும் அறிவு, கேடில் விழுச்செல்வம் கல்வி ஒருவருக்கு மாடல்ல மற்றையவை என்று வள்ளுவ பெருந்தகை சொல்லி சென்றது போல, கல்வி என்பது தோண்ட தோண்ட நமக்கு அறிவை வளர்த்து கொடுப்பது. மேலும் கல்வி ஒன்றுதான் சிறந்த செல்வமாகும், மற்றதெல்லாம் செல்வம் என்ற கணக்கிலேயே வராது என்று சொல்வார்கள். அந்த வகையிலே கல்வி குறித்த இந்த முன்னெடுப்புக்கு, இந்த அரங்கிற்கு உங்களை ஒருங்கிணைத்து வழிநடத்தும் மாதவன் அவர்களையும், ரியாத் தமிழ்ச்சங்கத்தின் செயற்குழுவினர்களாகிய நிர்வாக குழுவினர்களாகிய தலைவர் ஹைதர் அலி, உப தலைவர் ஜாஃபர் சாதிக், செயலாளர் சரவணன் சோமசுந்தரம், பொருளாளர் நரேஷ்குமார், இணை செயலாளர் ஜமால் மற்றும் செயற்குழு உறுப்பினர்கள் அனைவரையும் வரவேற்கிறேன். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியை நமக்கு சிறப்பாக நடத்துகிற ரியாதின் நாகூருடைய பிரபலமான ஒரு கலை குடும்பத்தைச் சேர்ந்த செயற்கை நுண்ணறிவு விஞ்ஞானி நிசார் அவர்கள் நம்மோடு இணைந்திருக்கிறார்கள். அவர்களையும் நான் அன்போடு வருக வருக என்று வரவேற்றிருக்கிறேன். மேலும் இதன் மூலம் பயனடைவதற்காக இந்த நிகழ்ச்சியிலே தங்களை இணைத்துக் கொண்டுள்ள மாணவர்கள், ஆசிரியர்கள், பெற்றோர்கள் அனைவரையும் நான் வருக வருக என்று வரவேற்கிறேன். ஏனென்றால் நானும் ஒரு மாணவனே என்ற வகையில் உங்களை வரவேற்பதற்கு நான் தகுதி உடையவனாகின்றேன். அனைவருக்கும் என்னுடைய வரவேற்புகளும் வாழ்த்துகளும். இப்போது மேடையை ஒருங்கிணைப்பாளர் வசம் ஒப்படைக்கிறேன். நன்றி.
மிக்க நன்றி ஃபக்ருதீன் ஐயா அவர்களே. தாங்கள் பேசும்போது செயற்கை நுண்ணறிவு என்ற வார்த்தையை பயன்படுத்தினீர்கள். மிக்க நன்றி. ஆர்டிபிஷியல் இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ் என்பதற்கான மறுஊக்கம் தமிழார்ந்த சொல். மிக்க நன்றி அதற்கான அந்த வார்த்தையை அறிமுகப்படுத்தியதற்கு. இதைத் தொடர்ந்து ரியாத் தமிழ் சங்கம் சார்பாக வரவேற்பை தொடர்ந்து ரியாத் தமிழ் சங்கத்தின் தற்போதைய தலைவர் ஹைதர் அலி பயணத்தில் இருப்பதனால் உப தலைவர் துணைத் தலைவர் ஜாஃபர் சாதிக் அவர்களை தலைமை பேச்சை கொடுக்குமாறு அன்புடன் வேண்டும்.
நன்றி ஒருங்கிணைப்பாளர் மாதவன் அவர்களே. இங்கு இணையத்தில் இணைந்திருக்கும் அனைத்து தமிழ்ச்சங்க நிர்வாக குழு உறுப்பினர்களுக்கும் மற்றும் செயற்குழு உறுப்பினர்களுக்கும் மாணவ மணிவுகளுக்கும் எனது அன்பார்ந்த மாலை வணக்கம். அஸ்ஸலாமு அலைக்கும். தாம் இன்புறுவது உலகின் புற கண்டு காமுறுவர் கற்றறிந்தார். அதாவது தமக்கு இன்பம் தருகின்ற கல்வி அறிவு உலகத்தாருக்கும் சிறந்த இன்பம் தருவதைக் கண்டு அக்கல்வியை அனைவருக்கும் கொண்டு சேர்க்க வேண்டும் என்று உண்மையாகவே கற்றறிஞர்கள் முயல்வார்கள். அதுபோன்று எங்கள் குழுவினர்களில் சிலர் சிறப்பாக செயல்பட்டு அதை திறம்பட செயல்பட்டு வருகிறார்கள். தலைவர் ஹைதர் அலி அவர்கள் இந்த குழு இந்த வருடத்தின் தலைவராக தேர்ந்தெடுக்கப்பட்டதிலிருந்து மிகவும் திறம்பட செயலாற்றி கொண்டிருக்கிறார். ஒரு 5 குழுக்களை புதிதாக ஆரம்பித்து அனைவரையும் ஊக்கப்படுத்தி அதற்கான உறுப்பினர்களை நியமித்து அதை மிக சிறப்பாக முடுக்கிவிட்டு கொண்டு அங்கிருந்து ஊர் சென்றாலும் அங்கிருந்தும் அதை கண்காணித்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார். இன்று அவர் இல்லாததால் அவருடைய உரையை 2 நிமிடங்களுக்காக என்னை நிகழ்த்த சொல்லியிருக்கிறார். மிக்க நன்றி இந்த வாய்ப்புக்காக. ஏனெனில் என்னுடைய முதல் உரையே மாணவர்களுக்கு கல்வி அறிவை கொண்டு சேர்க்கும் மிகச்சிறந்த ஒரு பணியாக இருப்பதில் எனக்கு மிக சிறந்த மகிழ்ச்சி. அதிலும் என் குடும்பத்தைச் சேர்ந்த நிசார், அதாவது என் சகோதரியின் மகன் நிசார் இதில் பங்கெடுப்பது எனக்கு அளவார்ந்த மகிழ்ச்சி. நிசார் இங்கு மட்டுமல்ல, ஊரிலும் பலவிதமான கல்விக்கூடங்களை வைத்து அண்டர் பிரிவிலேஜ்டு குழந்தைகள் என்று சொல்லப்படக்கூடிய எல்லா குழந்தைகளுக்கும் தன்னால் இயன்ற உதவிகளையும் செய்து வருகிறார். இதை பற்றி அவருடைய அறிமுகப்படுத்துபவர் சொல்லிக் கொள்வார். மற்றபடி வாய்ப்புக்கு மிகுந்த நன்றி. இந்த விழா சிறப்புற அமைய வேண்டும் என்ற நோக்கத்தில் நன்றி கூறி இதற்காக கடுமையாக உழைத்த மாதவன் ஐயா அவர்களுக்கு எனது நன்றியை மறுபடியும் கூறி எனது உரையை முடித்துக் கொள்கிறேன். நன்றி மாதவன் ஐயா. அடுத்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு செல்வோம்.
துணைத் தலைவர் ஜாஃபர் சாதிக் அவர்களின் தலைவர் உரைக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. ரியாத் தமிழ்ச்சங்கத்தின் தலைவர் ஹைதர் அலி அவர்கள் தற்போது நம்மோடு இல்லாதனால், அவர் பயணத்தில் இருப்பதனால் அவருக்கு பதிலாக பொறுப்பேற்று மிக சிறப்பாக தலைமை பேச்சை தந்தமைக்கு மிக்க நன்றி. தங்கள் வாழ்த்துகளுக்கும் மிக்க நன்றி. நாம் நேரடியாக தற்பொழுது நிகழ்ச்சிக்குள் சென்று விடுவோம். டியர் பேரண்ட்ஸ் அண்ட் ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ், மெயினா ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸுக்கு தமிழ் சில என்ஆர்ஐ, எஸ்பெஷலி என்ஆர்ஐ ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் சில ஸ்டூடெண்ட்ஸ் தமிழ் ஃபுல்லா புரியுதா இல்லையான்னு தெரியல. இது ரியாத் தமிழ் சங்கம் வழியா நடத்தினாலும் we are trying to cover not only Tamil students, all Indian students. Moreover, we are going to explain this session mix of Tamil and English. Moreover, if somebody having any questions, just I want to know any of the students or parents having difficulties to understand in Tamil, please let us know. We will have a session hereafter. It will be complete in English. Otherwise, we will go together in Tamil and English. But most of the training session or the presentation session will be in English. So somebody, if you want to listen only in English, please raise your hands or just put your WhatsApp message, chat message, so that we will take care. Coming to the main training session or the seminar session, we are trying, somebody told English. Thank you very much. So we will cover from English hereafter. Thank you very much. Noted the point. Why we have this session? This is a very important question here. If you notice, as a NRI, mainly most of the students and parents not having much knowledge or familiar about the TASA quota or CIWG. So we are covering especially this area. However, only for NRIs, what about the Indian students, somebody from joining from India or other countries as well? Not only we are covering TASA or CIWG, we are mainly covering the J2E and NIT, how you need to practice, how you need to improve. That's the coverage area. But if you take all these subjects together and you want to cover all the things in just 1 hour time or 2 hours time, it's impossible to achieve our target. So what we can do on as part of this session, we will cover up these areas and we will give the intro or awareness session for you guys. What next you can go ahead. Based on your feedback input, in case you are interested to have in detail session or further detailing of specific to areas, for example, you want to know about TOSA only, or you want to know about JTE only, or you want to concentrate to NEET only, please get back to us. We will have the detailing session or awareness session further on this subject. As already our RTS president told, we have 5 groups part of RTS. Out of 5 groups, this is employment and students awareness group. As part of this, we are conducting this program. Further to that, we can extend more and more details and we can have further classes. Since it's online classes, we can have further detailing online classes. Still, whoever being here NRI, you want to have a physical class. Online class is not much attractive. If you want the physical class, based on the interest from the parents or students, even we can have a physical training classes, something like NEET training, any or J2E trainings, or some mock tests, something like you want to have it. Even we can plan those areas as well. It's everything, the input coming from the parents and students. We are open up for everything. You can reach us in our RTS, any of our executive members. Mostly every one of you having 1 or 2 more RTS executive people connection. So you can connect any one of us, either me or president or all the ESCA members. Any one of us you can reach. Based on your input comments, we can extend this session further. And whoever guest, please, once you go, I request you to be meet, and in case you have any questions or any doubts, you may raise it up. That means you can send your queries in the chat window. What we will do, we will collect all your queries, and at the end of these sessions, all your questions will be answered. All your questions will be answered. Otherwise, during the question answer sessions, you yourself raise your hands and you will be allowed to ask your questions directly. So there are 2 choices. Either you can send your questions in the chat window, or you can raise your hands and ask your question directly after completing the session. So we gave the clear instruction and all the information, whatever required for this session. So inshallah, we can move into the actual main agenda or main purpose of this session. So before going into the session, I need to give you a small intro or brief intro about the presenter or speaker. Let me come back to the Tamil. இதனால் இவன் முடிக்கும் என்றாய்ந்து அதனை அவன் கண்விட. For the other audience, for other audience who are not from Tamil Nadu, Tamil people, translate for this Tirukkural. Assured this man will do this task this way. Once confirmed, leave it to him. This is what the meaning of that Quran. So the same way here, we are finding that person and we assumed he is the correct person for this purpose. Then we handed over to him and he prepared especially for this reason and specific to the students, and he is ready for the presentation. He holds a BTech degree from SRM University and he is actually an IT professional past 15 years. He advocates for the education system focused especially skill acquisition rather than going on memorizing the subject. He promotes this philosophy to the young individuals, young students. That is his main agenda. He is working towards this direction through webinars or sessions. But that means like online sessions. He is concentrating especially local schools and colleges, not from the cities. mainly the village areas. And he emphasizes the importance of developing practical skills, not reading the books and go on vomiting in the exams. He is mainly giving awareness and presentation and trying to improve their personalities and combat it in this way. That's what main agenda he is doing throughout the schools and colleges. Moreover, he provides a career guidance to the students, helping them align their interest mainly. This is very important. Align their interest to the market demands. He assists in the application process for higher education institutions like Anna University, medical schools, medical colleges, IITs. So he is giving this type of awareness sessions and practicing how you need to meet these exams. This is the main one of the activity or social awareness session. He is continuously doing it. Furthermore, if you want to explain about him, he trains the college students after you join in the college. He trains the college students, especially how you meet in the IT platforms and equipping the student by themselves for the valuable skills to compete the market or be fit into the society. Additionally, he creates awareness about the scholarship opportunity available for the students and enabling them pursue higher studies, higher awareness classes, especially in the financial institution like Anna University, IITs, NITs. So this is a time to welcome the speaker, Mr. Nizar Ahmad, to present on the topic, understanding DASA and CIWG admissions, which means a guide for NRI students. So let's welcome Nizar Ahmad. You are here and the stage is yours. Take your time and please, Nizar Ahmad, please welcome.
Vanakkam, Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to one and all. Thanks for such a nice introduction, Madhavan sir. It's my pleasure to host a session on behalf of the Riyadh Tamil Sankam. Thanks for this wonderful opportunity, and thanks to Jafar Mama for referring here, and then thanks to Mr. Madhavan sir for giving guidance and arranging this. He gave me a lot of guidance on based on what is needed for NRIs, because this is something very new. As he said, I was focusing mainly locally what is available within India, but this is the first time that I'm working with the NRI students. So it's my pleasure, and thanks for this wonderful opportunity again. So like he said, it will be an introductory session. So it's mainly focusing on what are the different professional courses available for NRIs in India, and also since some of the Indian students also will be joining, so I have focused on some of the content related to Anna University as well. So if you want to dive deeper, because once you know your choices, once you know your opportunities, so everybody will have a different choice. Someone wants to do engineering. Within engineering also we will have different fields, and someone want to do medical, etc., etc. Someone want to do an architecture. So based on that, we can have follow-up sessions later on. So it's just going to be introductory. You are not going to learn anything 100%. It's just going to be a triggering session. If some of the students don't even have interest in any of the fields, I'm sure, I hope it will be a trigger for them to get into some kind of interest in any of the professional courses. And I wish all the students good luck for their fantastic career ahead. So before we get into the subject, I want to interact with the students. I'm sure some of the students will be here. Before I dive deeper into the subject matter, I want to get some of the basics right. I will begin asking. I'll begin with asking a very interesting question. So, how many of us want to succeed in our life? You can just raise your hands with Zoom. Like, probably I'll see like all the hands will go up. I cannot even see in one screen. That is the expected outcome. But the next question is going to be very interesting. Like, how many of us want to work hard now? Probably that most of the hands is going to go slowly down. So that is the nature of our human being. We want to get things very easily. Like working hard is something. Working hard is something is looked at. It is very hard or something like that. The Tamil solnumda nogama nungu thingiranda ellarkume aasa. But unfortunately, the current set of current status of the world doesn't allow this. We'll have to work hard to even to achieve very small things in our life. So let me just start with another question. Can any of the student, please student, not parents, can any of the student elaborate what is the purpose of the education? Like why we are studying for 12 years and then why we are doing a graduation after that? Now, what is the sole purpose of the education? Can any one of you answer this, please? Anyone, fine. Just don't be shy. Just open up. You're going to be a future professional. Communication skills is very, very important. You cannot keep shy. You have to open up. Yes, any one of you.
81 participants.
Okay, I'll give 2 minutes time because we do not have much time. I'll give 2 minutes time for anybody if anybody wants to answer this.
They may come up in the chat as well in case they want to put the message.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, it's fine. So
to become successful.
Yeah. Anyway, I'll just, the purpose of education is something different, but unfortunately, the way it has been is what it meant to be. Purpose of education is not to test your memory capacity of your brain. It's not to mug up things and store it there and then just vomit up when it needed. The purpose of the education is to make you skillful. It is to develop your logical thinking. It is to develop your conceptual thinking, because at the end of the day, especially for someone who is going to choose the professional courses, the engineers and doctors, they are going to do something innovative when they are at work. Nobody is going to ask you, when you join a company, nobody is going to ask you like, can you please memorize these 2 pages of concept and then can you please write it tomorrow? No, nobody is going to ask you that. After work, everything is going to be practical and nothing is going to be theoretical. But unfortunately, our way of studying is all theoretical. In fact, we even ignore the practical subjects, thinking the staffs will give enough marks on that, so we'll skip that and we'll just focus on the theoretical subject. We just mark it up and then we just write it up in the paper. And then once we attain good marks, the parents are happy that I got first rank, second rank, third rank. But I have seen from my experience, even the toppers, they struggle really hard when it comes to the actual profession, because they didn't think conceptually. Once they get into work, it became very difficult for them because all they knew is just memorize things. So I'm just completely against memorizing things and then writing exam. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it. It is also one of the very important aspect of our current education system, but you shouldn't limit yourself with just memorizing things and then go and write exams and that, because most of the topics that we are going to cover, we are talking about bigger institutes like IIT, triple ITs, School of Architecture and Planning, and MBBS, etc. These professional studies, they demand you to be very skillful, and you need to know, there are many engineers out in the market. There are like, I'm sure there is 1 million engineers passing out every year from India. And how many jobs are available in the market? Close to 50,000. So only 5% job vacancies available. So for you to get into a job, you have to be in the top 5% already. So that means you cannot just complete your degree, you cannot just complete your educational system and go. You won't get selected, unfortunately. So even from the IT company, if we have few openings, let's say we have 10 openings, we get 5,000 applications. And we have to filter out 4,900 on the CV itself. If someone is saying that I have got 90% in my engineering, 80% in my school, no, we reject. So what are the skills you have? Like, for example, we are in the IT field, like what are the certifications you have done on the IT? What are the certifications related to IT projects? And what are the projects you have done related to IT? We emphasize more on the the practical skills, because that's what you will be end up doing when you're at work. So please change your mindset. Please don't just mug up things, understand it, and then study well. And then once you understand it, you are not going to forget. you will just remember that for your lifetime. Okay, so there are many, there are many technology medium available for you. You are a very blessed generation. You are not like ours. Forget about me. If you talk about our uncles, they did not have anything in their hand. They have to probably go to the library and study and stuff like that. But we are a very blessed generation. We have everything in hand. Everybody, even the 6th standard student, has a mobile in hand. But unfortunately, mostly we use for games and to watch reels and videos. I'm not saying you don't have to do that. You work while you work, play while you play. But how many times we use the technology for the betterment of our career or the future purpose? So you should emphasize conceptual learning. Please do that, because once you learn conceptually, because everybody want to attend a separate session for JEE course, to crack JEE course, to crack NEET exams. Most of the the reason why. If you do your conceptual learning while you are at the school itself, you probably don't even have to work go extra courses or something like that. If you understand the concepts, I'm sure you can easily crack these exams. Maybe may not, you cannot be a topper, because some additional information is already is always given in the external courses that we go. But to pass the exams, to go to 70-80%, if you would have understand your subject really well, you wouldn't even have to go for extra classes. Okay, so please emphasize that, try to follow those, because this part of your life is going to be very, very critical for you, because this is going to decide your future. So what are you going to score in 10th standard is going to decide your higher secondary, and what do you do in your higher secondary is going to decide your profession, graduation, and what you do in graduation is going to design is going to define your profession and your life. So this is a very critical stage. Please be serious about your future. I'm not asking much time from you. I know most of you might be studying in the CBSE exams. You have hard days, you have to do a lot of homework, etc. But please spend half an hour a day learning about the logical thinkings or the aptitude, or the just try to keep up with the technology changes in the market. It will just create interest within. Just be curious, just ask questions. How does a TV work? Just Google it. How does a remote work? Just Google it. How does a mobile work? Just Google it. When you see other people's innovation, you will continuously see that, and you will if you continuously see how things are working, then maybe you will be able to do, you'll be able to connect the dots, and maybe you will innovate one day as well. Just learn from others' innovation. And there are very simple things that we don't mind. There are many things, many technologies that we use within our lifetime, but we don't even bother how does it work. We don't even try to learn, try to see how does it work. One thing that actually created a major impact in my life, I wanted to share it with you. When I was in the 11th standard, I was studying in Nagapattinam. I was also very much a normal student, like most of the Indian people. Like, I don't know why I'm studying, because my father asked me to do. If I don't score well, he'll hit me. So those are the things that in mind. But most of you might know this Anbalagan IAS, Irayanbu IAS, or Irayanbu IAS. He gave, I'll use the presentation later, sir. So most of us, we're attending that motivational speech from him. He told me one nice story that really impacted a lot in my life. He gave me an example of a cake. So when you give a cake to a small children, what it does is, it just eats the cream at the top, and then just just leave the bun wasted. It is not going to have it. So he was saying that our life is pretty much like that. If you start to eat the bun in the front, you can taste the sweet at the end of your life. But if you taste the sweet in very early stages, you will be end up in a very tasteless bun at the end. So that is how our life is also. If you work hard in the initial 20 years, your life is going to be fruitful for the rest of the part of the life. But if you want to enjoy, if you don't want to work hard, if you want to taste the cream in the beginning itself, trust me, it is not going to be easy to catch up later on. Like, once you pass out your college, it is very, very difficult to catch up your future, and very, very difficult to catch up your career. So please awake now itself, set a goal, you know, don't think JW is difficult, NEET is difficult. Nothing is difficult in this world. Just always have one thing in mind. If someone can innovate something, if someone can invent something, why can't we just learn about it? This is not something that is we are innovating. This has been already invented, and we have been just asked to learn it. Then why should I have this negative thinking within ourselves, like, no, this is not going to work for me, this is difficult, maths is difficult, physics is difficult? No, nothing is difficult. It's all in your perspective. So once you develop that positive thinking within you, nothing is impossible. I'm sure you will be easily able to crack any exams or anything. So just think, this is your only plan. If you want to go into IIT, just imagine that you do not have any other choice, or you do not have any other option. If you don't get it, you are not going to learn anywhere, then I'm sure you'll easily crack it. Don't think that if this doesn't work, probably I'll do this, and if that doesn't work, I'll probably do this. If you have multiple options in hand upfront itself, then I'm sure you will end up in the last choice of yours, because you're already distracted, you're already diverted into the last one already. I'm not saying you shouldn't have a plan B. Plan B, everybody should have it, because it's not the end of the world when something doesn't work, but that is the last stage. That is when you tried everything, and when none of the things have worked, then only you will have to go for the plan B. So these are the important things that I want to tell you before we get on to the subject. So now, what is ahead in the market? Like, which course is booming? Which course I can choose? So you should develop your interest. When you develop interest, make sure it aligns to the market need also. You should develop, let's say the AI and data science world is booming. Try to create an interest in this. You don't want to create interest something which is outdated. So yes, you will be able to do what interests you, but that is not going to bring any value for you at the end of the day. So create your interest, develop your interest, and align that to your what is much more demanded in the market. So, and don't go for what is easy. If it is easy, everybody can do it. Okay, if everybody can do it, there is no demand, and if there is no demand, you are not going to do well in your future. So just just align to the market standards, develop your interest, try to learn everything conceptually, and I'm sure you will succeed in your life. So with that, I'll just jump onto the subject. I'll just share my screen. Just let me know if you can all see it. Can you all see this?
Yes.
Okay, so so this is all about, this isn't just an overview of what are the professional course admissions within India for both the local people as well as for the NRIs. So first thing first, this is mostly going to cover the engineering, not covering the arts and science part of it, because getting arts and science seat is fairly easier in India. And so we are not going to focus on that. We are just only going to focus on the professional courses like engineering and MBBS. And yeah, so first thing, when it comes to engineering, the first thing that is available for the Tamil Nadu people easily is the Anna University admissions. So there are merit based seating system available in Anna University, and there are many world-class colleges already available. It's some of them are really as good as IITs or IITs, like College of Engineering Kinti, and some of the government colleges in Coimbatore and Tirunelveli. They're equally good. They train the people very well. They have all the placements. They have all the research team within them, so they are equally good. So the first options, if you are not trying for JEE or JEE Main, which is the nationwide engineering options, if you don't want to get into that, and if you want to begin with Anna University, so this is for you. So what are the qualifications? Qualification is just 11th and 12th class will be eligible to apply. You have to pass your 12th standard. Okay, nationality is like, you don't have to submit your nationality if you're 8th to 10th if you have studied the 8th to 10th class from Tamil Nadu states, candidates who have passed 8th to 12th outside Tamil Nadu, they will need to produce their nativity certificate, etc. So for the people born and brought up in Tamil Nadu, this is a very easy option for you guys to get into engineering and also into very good colleges. So the eligibility criteria is just 45%, and you should have a PCM. PCM is like physics, chemistry, maths. You should be doing first group. That means within India. So you should have physics, chemistry, maths. You can either have a biology or computer science, but doesn't matter. The total marks doesn't matter here. So all they focus on is just the marks you secure on the physics, chemistry, and maths, and the candidate must qualify the other things to get into the UG courses. And there is 5% NRI quota available here also. So for this, fortunately, you do not have to write any additional competitive exams. You don't have to write JEE or JEE main or any exams in place. So if your academics is just enough for this to get into admission, you'll be mostly focusing on physics, chemistry, and maths. The reason why don't they focus on the language, or why don't they focus on the other subjects? Again, it's the same thing that I talked about. So these are the subjects that needs you to think logically. So these are the subjects you cannot just mug it up and vomit. So these are the subject demands you to think logically. So based on that, not just Anna University, even if you go to IITs or NEETs, so they are mostly focused on these subjects, because these are the you have to be very skillful if you have to do really well in these subjects. That's why these are chosen as the major subjects. But mostly our people are mostly focused on getting a higher total. They don't even know physics, chemistry, the importance of the physics, chemistry, maths. They want to do they want to secure 580 out of 600. But I know people who are just 480 out of 600 but scored very well in PCM and got into Anna University GT campus. So they know what to focus on. I'm not saying you shouldn't focus on the language subjects. Yes, it is also important, but you don't stress a lot about it, because your educational your thinking should be aligned with what are you going to do in the future. So the cutoff marks is in total is 200 for this. Based on your academics, it can be from CBSE board, it can be from state board, or it can be from any board. Okay, so 100 is the full marks of the mathematics is taken into consideration. So whatever the marks you score out of 100 in mathematics, that will come 100%, that will be taken fully. And whatever the marks you score in physics and chemistry, let's say you score 84 in physics, 42 is taken. And if you score for 88 in chemistry, 44 is taken. So then they will sum up 90 plus 42 plus 44. That comes to 176 out of 200. So once you apply for the Anna University counseling, you will have to upload your mark sheets and everything. And based on your PCM cutoff, a rank list will be generated. So this will all be done by Anna University. And based on your ranking list, you will be called up for counseling. The counseling is not manual anymore. It is all online. So you'll have to fill up your choices. Once you are qualified for the counseling, they will send a notification that based on the rankings, there will be multiple rounds that will be taking place from round 1 to round 5. Mostly people who scored 180 to 200 will be called in the first round. So if you are called up in the first round, you are going to have all the colleges up front for you. You are going to have all the top colleges as your choices, and you can choose anything from that. And those who are scores 200 out of 200, he can just choose whatever he wants. So he'll just fill up his choices in order. Let's say the most booming subject ever in engineering is computer science. Next is artificial intelligence and data science. Third is cyber security, and fourth is ECE, electronics and communication engineering. And there comes IT and other things. So based on the craze of the subject, the students will.
அண்ணா யூனிவர்சிட்டில எல்லாம் அப்ளை பண்ணவே இல்லையா?
the students will choose according to the
வேண்டாமா இல்ல அதுலயே பயோமெடிக்கல் அந்த மாதிரி
Others,
so
please mute yourself or support us.
okay. So whatever the subjects, computer science is going to be in the top priority. So people with a high cutoff is going to choose that, irrespective of Anna University or irrespective of IIT or IITS or CAWG or DASA or anything. Computer science is targeted by the top class students. They are going to choose it first. So the people that comes behind them, so they're going to have the options of what is left over by the people sitting at the top. So as you score higher, you are going to have better options. Don't you want to keep yourself in that situation? Instead of getting what has been thrown at you, you should always be in a situation to select what you want in your life. So study well, score very well in physics, chemistry, maths, and then you can just choose whatever you want, like whichever the course you want and whichever the university you want and whichever the college you want. So it's all going to be based on how much efforts you are going to put now in your 11th and 12th standard. And trust me, Anna University, if you go to government colleges, it is very cheaper, including the hostel. You will end up paying 50, 60, 70,000 per year. That's it. You're going to finish your engineering within 3 lakhs. I think College of Engineering Gindi, that's the topmost priority, and the Madras Institute of Technology, MIT. If you ever get a chance there, I think 30,000 is yearly fees, including the hostel fees, and you'll be completing your engineering in 1.2 lakhs with most qualified faculty from Tamil Nadu, with most qualified coaching. All the big companies will be coming there for placement. Even Google and other companies. I think last year the top package was 30 LPA, 36 LPA. I think that is about 36 lakhs per annum. I'm starting about the starting salary of a fresher, not an experienced individual. So 3 lakhs per annum for a college passed out candidate. That is actually incredible. So if you study well, irrespective if you are an NRI or if you are a local Indian, you don't even have to travel abroad these days. Indian market is widely open. The salary is widely open. People are earning like crazy. You don't even have to go to abroad to save money. So everything is here. But all you need to do is, not everybody is going to get that 36 lakh LPA, right? Only if a big company like Amazon, Google, or Microsoft comes into a college where 5,000 people pass out, they are hardly going to take 5. So you have to be highly skilled. Like I said, even in your colleges, you shouldn't just focus on the academy. You should always focus on acquiring skills. There are many things that is available in the market, many certifications, many learnings. There is Udemy. You don't even have to go to the training institute. You don't even have to be available physically. Everything is available online. Udemy, Microsoft people, Microsoft experts, they teach things. Just imagine, acquiring skills from the experts. They will just cover all the real time scenarios. They will just cover all what you want in your work. So be at the top 5%. Try to be at the top 5%. Focus to be in the top 5%. Don't just focus on qualifying for an exam or something like that. Always focus high at the higher stage. Okay, so this is all about Anna University. You'll be called in round basis. So if people do not get any seats, so in round 2 will be 160 to 180 probably. So they are going to be left out with colleges that is already chosen by the round 1 people. Okay, so as you score lesser and lesser, the options that are going to be available for you is going to get lesser as well. So you're not going to have good colleges. You're not going to get good colleges if you don't even score. You should at least score 170 out of 200 to get into a good college. If you score between 150 to 170, probably you'll get into average college. But again, you'll have to compromise your courses, because more than the colleges, people are focusing on the courses now. So I'll just give an example. Like I might have a mechanical seats available in College of Engineering Gindi, but if I have a computer science seat available in College of Coimbatore Institute of Technology, people will go for computer science in Coimbatore Institute of Technology. So they are not focusing on good colleges. They're focusing on the courses. So the lower you go on the marks, you are going to get, you have to compromise on your course as well as the colleges. Okay, never ever try to be in that situation. Try to score higher, please. So this is all about Anna University. Anna University, the one thing which is good is like you don't have to write any of the competitive exams. It is purely based on your academics. If you just focus on your 11th and 12th standard properly, and that's it, you can easily get into a college, good engineering college within Tamil Nadu, by Anna University, managed by Anna University. And then there comes the competitive exams for people who are focusing on getting a seat into IITs, triple ITs, NITs. So just your academics is not going to help. You will have to write these exams. But again, these exams are going to focus on, they are going to give much more weightage on physics, chemistry, and mathematics, because like I said, those are the most important subjects. And NEET is just conducted by the National Testing Agency. It's a single entrance exam for admission to MBBS, like most of you know. JEE is conducted by NTA. JEE main, people are who wants to go to NITs and IITs, and people who are in DASA and CAWG. If you just write JEE main, that's enough. JEE main, you'll get a chance for 2 attempts, one in January and one in April of every year. So if you don't score well in your first attempt, you still have a chance in your second attempt. So they will take best out of 2. So if you score, let's say 70 percentile in your first attempt, and if you score, so after, usually I will just recommend everybody to go for 2 attempts, because first attempt is going to be experience for most of us. Once you attend once you do the first exam, you will start to get an idea of the exam. You'll start to get the idea of how to manage the time, because 3 hours time is there. That's why you have to write so many mock tests by yourself, so many online tests by yourself. Practice. Doesn't matter even if you don't score well. So as you practice, then you will know like how much time you can allocate for a question. The time management will come in, the pressure will reduce down, because the most important part of the competitive exam is how do you handle the stress and pressure. Because when the time clocks kicking off, there is a pressure. You just look at it, sometimes things, but looking at the time you will forget. So don't just go and write the exams straight away. Practice as much as you can. Go for double attempts, please. Because I know many of the people have improved in the second attempt. And if you score well in your second attempt, that's taken into consideration. So that's why the government is actually giving you, 2 attempts for you, just for you to, correct your mistakes in the first attempt. And there comes the JEE advanced. So out of all the people who write the JEE main exams, the top 250,000, which is 2.5 lakhs of people, will be eligible to attend JEE advanced exam. And JEE advanced exam is actually 1 attempt, but it will have 2 papers, and 2 papers are mandatory. And JEE advanced is required for you to get into IITs. For NITs, triple ITs, there is Indian Institute of Technology, there is Indian Institute of Information Technologies. For IIT, JEE main is enough. For getting into IITs, you need JEE advanced. So that means to qualify to write the exam itself, you'll have to be in the top 2.5 lakhs. And you are going to write the JEE advanced exam after that, and there will be a rank list released, and then you'll be allocated seats based on the JEE advanced score for you to get into IITs. So this is all about NEET and JEE. So this one will drop you to the one of the most prestigious, these 2 will drop to most prestigious institutions in India. They will have a greater curriculum, they will have a greater faculties, they will have a lot of research going on, they will have a lot of practical projects going on. And as you know, since these are the best, big companies, they wouldn't leave here. They will all jump in here, they will all hire people from here first. Next are just other choices. Okay, what is the eligibility for NEET now? you should be a minimum of 17 years as of December 31st of the every admission year. Academic qualification is just you must have completed 12th grade, equivalent with physics, chemistry, biology, biotechnology, and English. So this is what is mandatory to attend a NEET exam. And JW eligibility is also pretty much same. You should be between 17 to 25. There in the top, if you see, there is no upper limit. It just says minimum 17 years. But for JWE, there is an upper limit. You cannot attend exams when you are after 25 years. So academic qualification is, again, you must have completed 12th grade or equivalent with physics, chemistry, and mathematics. So I hope everybody is following me. If I'm speeding up, please let me know. I'll just slow down a bit. And if you have any questions, please keep on posting on the chat. I'll just answer all of those at the end. Next comes the exam structure. Like what is your exam structure? It's going to be a multiple choice question. So 180 NEET exam will have 180 questions, 45 each in physics, chemistry, botany, and zoology. One thing you want to see is there is no mathematics here. Okay, so it is a duration of 3 hours. Syllabus, it's all based on the NCERT curriculum of classes 11 and 12. What is NCERT in detail? If you want a separate session, that we are all going to discuss in detail later on, but I'm not going to dive deeper into any of these concepts now because of the shortage of the time. It's just understand the overview of it now. For now, just understand what is available and what is the structure of it. And JW main paper 1 is for BE and BTech. It will have 90 questions in physics, chemistry, maths. So this exam will again be 3 hours, like 3 hours, 90 questions. That means 30 questions per hour. 30 questions per hour is like 2 minutes a question. And it's all going to be mostly derivations and calculations and mathematics. So you need to know all the shortcuts, so you have to prepare it that well. You need to have a lot of aptitude skills, and you need to have a lot of stress management skills. You need to have a lot of time management skills. It is not just about your technical skills. It's not just about your academic skills. So these exams really need you to be, very strong in all the aspects, both emotional, as well as technical. I know many people who have prepared well, who knows all the answers after the exams. They couldn't answer in the exams because of the pressure. So how do you avoid the pressure and how do you avoid the stress? Is only by practicing. Practice makes a man perfect. So as you practice along as many times you want, these exams are going to be easy. You should at least practice 100 times. You should at least do 100 mock tests. Prepare well, do 100 mock tests. Don't get demotivated by the first initial mock test. Don't think if you score just 40 percentile, don't get demotivated. It's your first attempt. It is not the end of the world. You will see as you practice more, as you dive deeper, you will see the improvements in your exams itself. Okay, JW Advanced is 2 papers, each of 3 hours with multiple choice questions. There is numerical answer type, etc., etc. So admission process, like I said, JW main is to get into NITs and IITs and other prestigious institutions. I'll share the list of the institutes later. And JW Advanced is for you to get into IITs. This is all about Anna University exams and NEET and JWD. The next topic is we are going to get into, what is DASA and CAWG. Please apologize if people are not NRI. So this is going to be pretty much irrelevant for you. But please, if you have any questions, please stay back. And if you have nothing to, to stay back, you are welcome to leave. Because I'm just going to dive deeper into this. What is DASA and CAWG? This is mostly for the NRI people and people from and for the foreign students, and not for the Indian people who are studying in India. So what we will see here is we'll see what is DASA. What are the seats availability in the DASA? DASA is a reservation quota, so you'll have some percentage of seats allocated to DASA. And what are the eligibility criteria? and what are the documents required for to apply for this, and what is the registration procedure, what are the fee structure like. Now, what are the refund rules and policies? Because DASA and CAWG, as you apply for it, you will have to pay your first semester fees upfront before even you go for the counseling. So if you withdraw your application, they will refund you, but we will just get on to that. I thought it is also very important to learn, because we are going to put lakhs into that, and most people will be concerned that while application itself throwing a lot of amount of money, but don't worry, if you want to withdraw your application, it's all going to be refunded. And what are the participating institutes under DASA, and what is the seat allotment procedure, and what is CIWG, what are the seats available, how many seats available under CWG, and what are the additional documents other than the DASA that you need, because you can apply for both DASA and CIWG at the same time. So there are some additional documents that is required for CIWG than DASA. And what is the fee structure for CIWG? So these are the things we are going to see now. This is the introduction. It is very much self-explanatory. So DASA is direct admission of students abroad. It is the scheme by India to facilitate admission for foreign students, not just NRIs. A student from any foreign country can come in here. A student from Russia, a student from any Europe, they can also come into this quota. For the undergraduate programs in NITs, IITs, SPA School of Planning and Architecture, and if anybody is interested in to get into architecture, and other premier institutions. And CIWG is specifically for people working in Gulf and for their children. This is a subset of DASA focused mainly on children of Indian workers in Gulf countries. So I think most people sitting in Gulf, would like to know about this a lot. JW main. So on what basis they will be given seats? It's again JW main. So it's a key requirement. Previously, you have to write SAT exams. I think up until 2021, but you don't have to write SAT exam anymore. If you just appear for your JW main, that's good enough. And if you score very well, you are going to get very good colleges. You are slightly having advantage on this reservation quota than regular Indian students. I'll show you why. And this has been given. I understand there are some challenges as an NRI because of the educational system around it. I don't know about Saudi. Generally, other institutes across the world is not up to the mark when it comes to Indian standards of education. So they will be slightly on the lower side. But they will have an advantage also. Like, you can score a little lesser than them and then get a good seat. But it is not for you to leave it. Just focus. Just imagine that you are a regular Indian. Just imagine that you want to get into IT. And then once you score well, you will easily get into good colleges at a very good price. Because I know even for the NRIs, even to get into Anna University, they get like 10 to 15 lakhs to complete their engineering. They demand 30 lakhs in a good engineering college. Forgot about IITs and NITs. Even Anna University good college, if you're an NRI, you'll have to throw a lot of money if you don't go on merit. But when you can go on merit, the fees is as good as a normal Indian student. So don't lose this opportunity. Work hard for it. I'm sure you'll get this. Okay, so like I said, JW is the key requirement to participate in DASA and CWG. We saw what is JWE. Students can have 2 attempts. Students granted admission based on JW scores. So this all we already saw. So how many IITs seats we have? Only 16,600. And I know like more than 50 lakhs people apply. What is 16,600 out of 50 lakhs? Any good math students here? So you should be doing all these calculations now while I'm talking, because you have to be that good. So you have to be in point top level to get into top colleges, because best things are not available for everybody, right? And best things cannot be available for everybody. For you to avail best things, you have to be the best. There is no other way. There is no shortcut. You have to work hard to get this. And DASA seats, how many DASA seats we have? It's about 50% of the seats reserved under DASA scheme of they call it a super privileged seats. 15% of the seats is reserved for DASA, apart from the regular admission seats, which is about 4,283 seats. This is as per the last year data. I couldn't collect the current year data. This could change because as years go along, they add more colleges and they add more courses, because some of the institutes are starting to add AA and DS already, because some of the additional courses are coming in. So when they pitch in additional courses, you are going to have additional seats as well. So I'm sure next year you are going to have a close to 5,000 seats because most of the people now probably they will be applying next year. So I'm sure you'll have around 5,000 seats available. This is not a heavy competition because not many people come through DASA. So take this as an opportunity, please, and get it correct. So what are the eligibility criteria? So this is for the current year. So age always changes based on the current year. So this is for 2024 application. You should be born on or after October 2nd, 1999. What are the academic qualification? Must have passed 10+2 or equivalent with mathematics and physics has upper hands here also. So that is mandatory. Maths and physics is mandatory in your academics, and you can have either of this as a third subject: chemistry, biotech, biology, computer science, from any system of education as recognized by the Association of Indian Universities. So I can share you the link for that also. But most of our students must be probably studying in CBSE, I'm sure. So that shouldn't be a problem for you. So the minimum marks you should score is 60% aggregate to qualify for DASA. Or if you have a CGPA system, it should be 6.0 on 10 scale. So you should have a minimum of this. Okay, and candidate must have a valid JW score and rank. And SAT score, like I said, SAT score is not mandatory now. So after 2021, but if you're applying for IIT Hyderabad, they need SAT score exam score also. So, but that is only for one college. So if you're not just specifically focusing on that college, forget about it. Okay, what are the residential requirements? Now that is all academic qualification. Please raise your hands if I'm speeding up, or if you are not able to catch up, or if you don't understand, I'll just slow down. But like I'm just reading through the document. These are all self-explanatory. You can just read it yours also. There is nothing big to explain here. So this is our basic qualifications and what are the eligibility criteria and stuff like that. So residential requirements is all foreign nationals studying in any country, including India or Indian nationals studying abroad. So if you are studying, can be an Indian or can be a non-Indian. And if you're studying abroad, you can apply for DASA. An Indian national must complete at least 2 years of education in a foreign country. For Indian national, you should complete at least 2 years of education, which is 11th and 12th, not 9th and 10th. You can have more than 2 years from 5th standard to 12th standard, but 11th and 12th is mandatory. You should mandatorily complete 11th and 12th in a foreign country. So that will make you eligible to apply for DASA. Maybe I might get some questions. My children were studying until 10th standard here, but 11th and 12th, they have gone back to India. Can they apply for DASA because I'm still here? No, you cannot do it because it is mandatory for them to do 11th and 12th in a foreign country. And what are the documents required to apply for DASA? The candidate passport, the proof of date of birth, 10th and 11th and 12th mark sheet, a proof of 11th and 12th completion or equivalent certificate from school authorities. It is like a TC or something for the foreign nationals. And a percentage or CGPA equivalent certificate from school authorities. Proof of 2 years education in a foreign country. That is very, very important. And finally, there comes the JW main scorecard, because that is the base. So you are going to assign ranks based on your JW main score, and you are going to be called on the counseling based on your JW main score. So these are all just residential or academics or documents required, but your main focus for you to prepare, these are, I know like most of you will have it handy. All of this information is just for you, for your knowledge, but the main focus is, guys, JW main scorecard along with your academics. Okay, please focus on that. Please prepare well for that. And how to register for DASA? So you should go and check their official website. It is there. I'm going to share all of this information with you. To register itself, you need to have the JW main application number. Without applying for JW main, you cannot apply for DASA, because that is going to be the base. So that's why they have kept it like this. So your first step is applying for the JW main exam, and then only you can apply for DASA. Okay, once you have, this is self-rated, just read through. This is all just simple procedures. There is nothing to explain. You upload the required documents, and most important thing is you are required to pay the first semester fees with the application form itself. So you cannot wait until you get your seats. So you will have to pay your first semester fees upfront. There is no other way. Like I said, for a reasonable exit, they will refund your amount, don't worry, but you will have to pay your first semester fees upfront. Okay, what is the fee structure like? So non-SARC countries, okay, so SARC is excluding India. So for if you're an Indian, the top rows applies for you. So you have to pay 300 fees, 300 USD, which is non-refundable. That is your application cost. Even if you withdraw at any stage, you're not going to get that money refunded. Okay, your tuition fees is 4,000 USD per semester. Like 4,000 USD ID is close to 3.2 lakhs, I think. Okay, you will see as I go on to CAWG, you will see a greater benefit if you get a seat in CAWG. But you will apply for both DASA and CAWG. But CAWG has a much more benefit than DASA. And if you are from any of the SARC countries, there is a 50% reductions in the tuition fees, but that is not applicable to us anyway. So let's not. And you must also know, like Anna University has a fixed fees in their government colleges. But when it comes to private colleges, they set their tuition fees on their own, and it depends and it varies from colleges to colleges. For a good college, they will ask you to pay up to 3 lakhs per annum, including hostel fees, even if you go on the merit sheet. But as compared to the government colleges, you will be spending 60 to 70,000. Even though you are going on merit sheet, some of the prestigious institutions, they will want more. They will want you to pay more. Similar situation, you might have faced similar situation here also. That's why I mentioned that you might have to pay a different fees in some of the IITs and some other premier institutes. So they will ask you to pay more. It's based on from colleges, and we cannot do anything about it. It is accepted by the government, and that's how it is. Okay, refund policies. So what are the refund policies we have? Like I said, the registration fee of 300 USD is not refundable. The full tuition fees will be refunded in the following cases. Full tuition fees will be refunded in the following cases. Applicants who withdraw their application on or before the last date. If you applied and if you withdraw your application on or before the last date, you are going to get all the money refunded. And applicants who are not allotted any seats as per their choices. So since there is so many limited seats available, let's imagine, God forbid and not, your rank is too low and you are not going to get any of the seats allotted. So you're going to get all the money refunded. And some of the applicants, they will be found ineligible during the time of processing the application. One good example is some people just apply with 50% of the score itself. So they are not going to go through the application process itself. They are going to be rejected upfront. So they will also get their money refunded. And 50% of the refund is following cases: applicant who declined the allocated seat. Let's say you have proceeded with application, you have entered the counseling process, you are into the rounds, you have chosen a college, and you have been allocated a seat, but let's say you are just declining and exiting it. So they are going to charge you 50% of your first semester fees. So only 50% of the fees will be refunded. And no refunded in the following cases: applicants who accepted the seat allotment but later changed their decision by not joining. If we accept and if we don't join, then all the fees are gone. And even some people, they put admission into, I have seen many people doing it. I know many people doing it in Anna University also. Like, they accept the seat, they go to the college for admission. After that, they change the mind. The reason they're changing the mind is, like, some people get into IITs after that. They don't want to go. If you ask College of Engineering, Gindi or IIT, probably will choose IIT, right? So they'll have no choice other than leaving their seats open and then go into IIT. But if you do, but I advise to do any decisions while you are in the round itself, so that the seats don't get wasted. Because if you don't accept a seat, you must remember that it's going to be allocated to some other people. The college and the course that you don't want is probably a dream for somebody else. So don't try to waste the seats unless it is a very demanding situation. Go for it. Otherwise, I'll advise don't do that. Okay, so there are 63 participating institutes in DASA. Like there are 31 NIITs, 11 IITs, 3 SPAs, and 18 premier institutes. I'll just give you the list, share the list later on. So these are just one of the example of the seat matrix in some of the renowned institutions. Like you see some of the NITs, general seats for DASA is 3. 1 seat is reserved for CIWG. Total number of seats is 4 there. And if you see computer science, you'll see in the next slide, the craze for the computer science engineering is huge. So these are just to give an example of, how many reservations they have in some of the good engineering colleges. So I have just done a case study to make you understand better. So let's assume there are 2 students, one from India itself, and one is an NRI. Okay, so one is an NRI in Saudi. He completed his 11th and 12th CBS exams there, and he appeared in JW exams from there itself, let's say Kuwait or wherever. Prashant is an Indian student, completed his 11th and 12th exams in Chennai itself, and appeared in JW exams in Chennai itself. Okay, so below is the scenario in NIT. So if you look at Prashant, so what it shows is for the computer science engineering, the starting rank is 3730 and the ending rank is 4132. So for you to get into a computer engineering seat in NIT, you should be within 4132 rank. Otherwise, you're not going to get it, which is about, it's like you should be a topper to get a computer science seat in NIT. You should be a topper. While if you see Rahul through DASA quota, he can be up to 12,849. So if you're a normal Indian, you have to be within 4,000 rank. But if you're an NRI and if you apply for DASA, you are affordable to go into 13,000 ranks. So that's the slight benefit you get, over the normal regular Indian students. And there will be 2 ranks released. One is your JW main rank, and one is your DASA ranking, and one is your CIWG ranking. So the column, the last 2 columns are DASA ranking and CW ranking. His JW main ranking overall can go up to 13,000. So if you go, just see that if you are into that level, so you are already a very, very, very high level topper in your DASA or CIWG. That's a slight benefit you get out of being an NRI. Don't lose that opportunity. So like as you can see, the other courses, you can see the rank is going up, it's going down. Like even EC, it's up to 9,000. They say they can go, and for 90,000. So to get an electronics and communication engineering seat in NIT, you can be a 90,000 rank holder as an NRI. As easy as that. Where if you see the normal Indian, it's 9,000. It's 1:10. So these are the benefit you get out of DASA or CIWG. So because these are the reservation quota that has been specifically allocated to you only, because Indian students cannot touch it. So make that chances prevail. This is one of the case study I have done. This is and one other important thing I forgot to mention is last year in NIT, the highest package was 40 LPA for a fresher, which is about 3.3 lakhs per annum for a fresher. As good as that. And UG batch placements 90.9%. And if you just go to check the NIT Trichy website, what are the different things that they offer? They have a lot of very different research methodologies for the students. They have a very innovative projects running on. So the mentors will be of highly skilled. They will guide you. They will make you the better engineers in the world. It's as good as any of the IITs at the moment, NIT Trichy. So that's why the ranking, if you see, it's in the top. If you go to NIT Calicut, you see the rankings are always, it's already has come up now. So to get an electronics and communication engineering seat in NIT Calicut, you can be 500,000 rank holder. So, but if you see a normal Indian, it's 18,000. So just look at the advantage of being an NRI who applies for DASA and CAWG. It is not difficult for you guys, right? If you just focus on a couple of years for your JW main preparation, I'm sure you can get into a very good colleges in India with affordable prices. How does the seat allotment gets done? Because I see most of this parents are confused. Most of the parents don't know how does the seat allotment is happening. So that's why I just explained a bit here. There are 3 rounds of allotments that happens. Once you apply, there will be a rounds of allotment that happens. You'll be all given the dates for the application, for the rounds, for the provisional seat allotment, etc. So first round, unlike the Anna University, because like as Anna University, I told you only the top 10% of the people has been called for the round 1, right? Because there is so many seats available. Here, every people will be called into the first round, but again, your seat allotment is going to be done based on your JW main. If you are in the higher range, you will get what you want. And if you don't score well, you'll have to go to the subsequent rounds. So the first round, there are 3 possible outcomes. Outcome 1 is, so how do you fill your choices? So it's not going to be happening offline, right? So you are just going to fill your choices online. So you will say NIT Trichy computer science, that's my first preference. That will be sitting at the top. You'll say NIT Trichy electronics and communication engineering, and you'll say NIT Trichy triple engineering. Then comes the next college, computer science, etc. So you are going to fill your choice based on your priority and based on your things. So if you are a topper, you are going to get the first choice allocated to you. Okay, there is, because you are the first one to take that counseling, so you're going to have all the seats available for you. You are going to get your first choice. So, but however, you can either accept or decline. Some of the times when you fill your choices, sometimes you choose something that you didn't want to, or later on you found, after filling your choices, you found someone said, this institute is better than the other institute. So in that case, you will decline, but keeping in mind that you can get a chance in the round 2, but chances are difficult that if the other institute is equally good, chances are difficult to get the other seat available, because the people below you are going to catch that one anyway. So just please be very vigilant and careful when you fill your choices. Don't take it for granted, because once it happens, your opportunity is gone. You'll have to wait for the round 2. And for round 2, like I said, you are going to have only remaining a number of seats that is taken by the round 1 people. Okay, so if you accept, you will receive the provisional letter of seat allotment, which will take and go into the college to get yourself admitted. And if you decline, then the seat cancellation and withdrawal letter will be generated, and you won't be eligible to proceed further. So you will not be able to, if you decline your first choice, there is no choice for you to go to round 2. Okay, that means 50% of your, like we already discussed, your application fee along with your 50% of your semester fees is gone, and you'll have to look for other options other than DASA or CAWG. So don't ever decline. Always do the outcome 2. So these are the options that is available in Anna University also. Like you can accept and upgrade. So what does an accept and upgrade means? So if you accept, it's straightforward. What does it mean by accept and upgrade? So that is saying, okay, I'll take this college, but please check if I have any of my upper options available. Let's say you got your third choice, okay, and accept and upgrade says, if by any chance, if my second choice is still available, give it to me. I'm not going down. I'm accepting my third choice. But if by any chance I get the first and second choices, please give it to me. Then now we'll see how will it happen. Because someone will decline that colleges. Someone also will opt for accept and upgrade. So as he goes upper, he will leave that other colleges for the people below him, and you can avail of it. So there are chances that you might get better choices than you, but for the safe side, you're already accepting your choice as well, but you also want to upgrade if there is any chance. Outcome 3 is that, let's say if your JW main score is not reasonably good, chances are that you will not be allocated any seats in round 1. That means you'll be pushed into round 2. So round 2 also that similar thing happens. You will also fill your choices. 3 of the outcome is again possible. So you'll have to go through the round outcomes. And second round, if you don't get a seat allocated in round 2, you'll come for third round. So again, that is going to happen. All the scenarios that we discussed is going to happen. And special round is for someone who has not been allocated any of the seats in the top 3. So good luck getting into the last round or special round. You might get very least colleges and very least not very famous courses like civil or mechanical or whatever. So don't focus for these rounds. Always focus for your first round. Fill your choices correctly and wisely. Prepare everything upfront. Don't panic. If you need any help, you can contact anytime you want. I'll just share my email IDs or mobile number. I help a lot of students in filling Anna University choices because most people don't know which college is best, etc., especially from the villages. So they score really well, but they don't know, how to get into Anna University counseling or how to fill, choice fill it. So we used to help them. So I'll be very glad to help you as well. But I'm sure you can just do it yourself. But if you need any help, you can always contact me. Okay, there comes CAWG. CAWG is much better than DASA because this is only for people working in Gulf. These are the countries that qualifies for CIWG. Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Saudi, Iran, Iraq, Bahrain, and UAE. So how many seats you'll have available for CAWG? So 1/3 of the seat from DASA is available for people in Gulf. So people from worldwide will apply for DASA, but see the merit of being in the Gulf, you are going to have 1/3 of your seat available. That means 5% of your, 1/3 of the seats on the DASA quota is like, you're going to have close to 1,500 seats available. That's a lot actually for CIWG. I'm not sure how many people, I haven't done the research on that. I'm not sure how many people pass out 12th from the Gulf countries who will be applying for this. I'm not sure because this is a very great advantage. I was checking one of the videos. I'll share you those links as well. That guy was saying even if you score 70 percentile, you might end up in a good college because not many people apply through DASA and CAWG. So the seats get wasted. So most of the seats in CAWG is not utilized, and they will have to give it back to DASA for the other students. So that's the level of awareness, unfortunately, is there. So these are the additional document other than your DASA requirements. A copy of your passport, parent working in the Gulf. This is mostly emphasizing on the parents. Copy of parents' visa with validity on any date in. This is for last year. For the current year, so you'll just have to, change it accordingly. A copy of parents' work permit with validity on any date. Otherwise, a certificate from the company will do. But if you look at the fees, it's just 758. What we have seen in the previous slide was 4,000. So if you just apply for DASA, the fees is 4,000 per semester. So which is about $8,000 per year. Whereas if you qualify through CIWG, it's just about $1,500 only. So you're already saving $6,500, which is close to 5 lakhs, I think. So CIWG students, if you qualify, if you do well in your JW main, if you qualify through CIWG, you are already saving 20 lakhs for your parents. That's equal to buying a land for them back in their village. So you are gifting something before even you have started working. So don't you want to give that happiness to your parents? So this is a very big opportunity for people sitting in Gulf. Like I said, not many people are applying. So, but don't think and don't take it light having that as a, point. Prepare well. Try to be in the top level. Just imagine yourself as an Indian kid fighting for a IIT seat. So once you focus on higher level, you can always get on to the second level. So this is incredible for me to know that CIWG tuition fees is 1/4 almost of the normal DASA candidate. So it's a great opportunity for you guys, people in Gulf. Please try to utilize it. So $1,500 per year is how much is close to 2 lakhs only. So which is a normal Indian student pay for his colleges here. And just imagine paying only that much being an NRI. It's an opportunity. It's a great deal and offer for you guys. So please focus on the JW main. I think we are getting into the last stages of a presentation. Then I'll take questions. So CIWG candidates can also avail DASA reservations. So let's say I am not eligible via CIWG. Can I still get seats from DASA? Yes, if you apply for both DASA and CIWG, you will be first shown CIWG upfront. If you don't get any seats allocated through CIWG, then you can avail seats from DASA reservations. But remember, if you get seats based on DASA, you are going to pay a higher fees than CIWG. And if a candidate don't opt for DASA seats, which I don't recommend, only CIWG seats will be shown in your choice filling. Okay. And some other facts, frequently asked questions I just read in the internet over the last 2 weeks. Like I told you, it's a very new topic. I wasn't aware of any of this a couple of weeks ago. I have learned a lot myself, doing a lot of research and etc. I have to do it outside my working hours, but it was all worthwhile. Like any knowledge or any information that I can share, and it gives me a lot of pleasure. So I'm happy that it benefits somebody. So my son wants to apply for both DASA and CETA. Can he apply? Yes, he can apply. And some other questions like I previously mentioned, my daughter completed up to 10th standard in Gulf, but 11th and 12th he only studied in India, but my husband is still working in the Gulf. Is he eligible for CAWG quota? No, not even for DASA, no. So if you 11th and 12th is mandatory in foreign countries. Okay, so that's all about my presentation. But I know that I haven't covered a lot about the in terms of preparations for JEE main and NEET, but I will be very glad to assist you with that also. Because of the limitation of the time, I know only I'm going to have time for this. So, but if it excites you, if you want to be a part of it, if you want to go on further, if you want to prepare on these lines, I will be very glad to be a part of this journey of yourself, and I'll assist wherever I can with Riyadh Tamil community if there is a chance given later on, and based on your interest on these sessions, we'll have follow-up sessions later on that Madhavan sir will discuss later. And that's it from my side with respect to this, and I'll take on questions from now on.
Thank you very much, Mr. Nisar. This is an excellent session. Personally, I am very much impressed. Hope all the parents and teachers as well, who are not having knowledge about DASA and CEWG, definitely they would have not 100%, maybe few percent they would get an idea. That's it's heads up for them, and more details will follow based on their request. So before moving into these questionnaire sessions, because a lot of questions we have it, could you please stop the? Okay, I will go ahead. Nothing wrong on that. I will go for the just on behalf of Riyadh Tamil Changam, we want to appreciate your dedication and sincereness for this, and please accept our appreciation on behalf of Riyadh Tamil Changam. Thank you very much, Mr. Nisar.
Thank you so much, sir. It's my pleasure. Thank you so much.
And we will go ahead for the questionnaires. Already I noted a lot of questions. Let me note it down, the questions, and I will read one by one. Most of the questions I answered online. However, I will read it again by the name, and we will go quickly. And moreover, if some of the parents or teachers or students who are being here, if you want to ask questions, you may raise it up the question in the same order which way you raise the hand. I will open up and I will allow you to raise questions. Before going to that, let me ask the questions. What are the things already raised in the chat window? Mr. Kalim, he raised a question for your understanding. Presentation, Mr. Fasil Hussain, how many times candidate can appear for JEE Mains and JEE Advanced in total before he will not be allowed anymore?
So JEE main, you can take twice in a year for 3 years. So you cannot take more than 6 attempts. So you can take it for 3 consecutive years, 2 attempts each. And JEE Advanced is also the same, consecutively for 3 years. But remember, for JEE Advanced, every time you need to write the JEE main exam also, and you need to be in the top 250,000 rank holder, which will qualify for your JEE Advanced exam. So it's 3 years, 6 attempts.
Thank you. Another question from Sarvesh Mohan. Is the entire question paper only MCQ or there will be a subjective as well?
For now, as far as I know, the recent exams, it's MCQ, but I'll definitely check if there is any changes in the current academic years, because it has been changing frequently.
Not reserved only for Tamil, for all communities.
Kalim, sorry, I could not hear you clearly.
Yeah, hi. Thanks for this session first. And I believe you have answered my question. My question was this, whether this 5% NRI quota is allocated. When we spoke about Anna University, there is an reservation for Tamil natives.
Yes.
So this then you said as there is a 5% allocation for reservation for NRIs.
Yes, correct.
So is this 5% NRI reservation only for Tamil natives or for all India?
It's for all. It's for all the NRIs, not just for Tamil people.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is no restriction to Tamil state people, even Anna University or any other universities. Okay, let me go to another question. This question answered in the chat window itself. What is the percentage of marks need to score in the curriculum? It's a 75% for this year.
Okay.
Then a lot of questions asked related to the 10th and 11th and 12th is a mandatory or not. Yes, you clearly explained. 11th and 12th need to study abroad. This is a very essential. It's applicable for TASA and CIWG. And another question asked, is the TASA quota also there for IIT? I answered no.
No,
it's only
that's
for,
correct. Yeah, that's correct.
No. Then another question asked, this is TASA is applicable for Middle East. That means KSA. Yes, it's definitely applicable. Am I right?
Yes, correct.
And another question I asked, any salary limitation for parent applying for CIWG? I answered no already. And another question asked, sir, can different curriculum student apply for TASA? This question asked. That means only our Indian curriculum or any foreign curriculum syllabus also applicable or not? That's the question asked.
Foreign curriculum also can apply, but it has to be approved by the Indian universities. So there is a list of curriculum. So it's not just 11th and 12th from Indian. It can be an equivalent one, but that should be approved by the Indian standards. So there is a list I can share. There is a link that is available. So if you do anything from that curriculum, yes, you will be eligible for that.
Yeah, thank you. And again, Mr. Dinesh asked the question, the eligibility mark for this year increased to 75%. Yes, it's confirmed.
Yes, sorry. Yeah, it was.
It's confirmed 75% this year.
So because
and the 5% NRI quota, we already answered. That's all maximum. And one personal question also asked. They asked your personal contact number. I could
Yes,
not share it. I could not
you
share
can
it.
share.
It's up to you. Yeah.
You can share it. I'll be mostly available on the weekends to answer. Don't expect an immediate answer, but I'll just respond as soon as possible. I'll mostly reply after 7:30 p.m. once my work gets over, or you can call me over the weekend to discuss also. I wouldn't mind sharing my contact. So you are welcome to contact me anytime, except my working hours. Like I said, from Indian time 11:30 to 7:30, I'll be busy on a normal day. I'll be happy to take over calls before or after that.
Madhavan, somebody is asking some question here.
Yeah,
in
the
chat.
5% NRI quota students shall be abroad for 11th and 12th. The
No,
question
no.
asked, no.
No.
Yeah, the question let me repeat again. The 5% NRI quota is, this is NRI quota, no need to study be in abroad. That is university quota, not a
Yeah.
DASA CIW quota.
Yes.
University, that NRI quota, it's not restricted. You should study 11th and 12th. That is the only difference between DASA and CWG. This NRI quota, something like either you should be a parent or you are the sponsor. The student can be either in NRI or he can be a local candidate. That's all the questions I have it. If anybody else wants to raise any questions, you may raise it up your hand. Otherwise, we'll give a few minutes time. Otherwise, we'll move it to the next session.
And I encourage you guys to use ChatGPT, which is available, for free up to some limitations. So it will answer most of your questions. It's like a chat robot with you that has got loads of information, loaded onto that. But you just have to be a little bit careful. Some of the most recent information won't be updated there. So always double check with the other guys, but ChatGPT will be a good start. But the reason why I'm recommending also is, that is like your online teacher for you. You can get most of the answer. Like you can just throw a math problem to it and then it will just explain it for you. So just make use of the open artificial intelligence AI. On the funny side, it is resolving most of the family conflicts, husband and wife problems also now, because people are asking, how I tackle my torturing wife, and it answers, and how I tackle my torturing husband, it answers, because it eventually the answers are given by the human beings, but people of current world, we don't believe human beings, we believe machines. So they think it is correct and then they follow it and it works for them. So just, I encourage you to use ChatGPT, please. And this is, you can just type in ChatGPT in Google. You can just register with your Gmail, and you can start using it for free up to some extent.
Thank you. Thank you for this information. I said your contact number in the chat window, but my kind request is, this is his personal number and he is not available all the time whenever you call. Please WhatsApp him and please get his availability before making calls to him, because he is also a busy person and he is having a lot of connections and taking seminars, and especially he is IT professional working in a company. So please respect his privacy as well. That's all. Thank you very much, Mr. Nisar. And let's move to the another session.
I have one more question. Can I raise here?
Yes, please, sir.
Thanks for this time. Mr. Nasser, just one question here. Is it mandatory for students to write JE for appearing for Anna University?
No. Anna University, you don't have to write any competitive exam. Just your academics should have physics, chemistry, and maths. So that will qualify for you to join in Anna University. There is no competitive exams. Back in the days, we had TNPC exams, but that has been taken away before last 10 years. So just purely your academic score, physics, chemistry, and maths. That's it. And your cutoff is calculated only based on that.
Yeah, just one clarification here. So for Anna University, there is no examination required, just an application form, and your 12th mark sheet is enough.
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes,
and the list of colleges under Anna University will not be the same as that is in DASA or
no
NITs, right?
No. DASA is nowhere related to Anna University. So it's all Anna University is completely different. DASA is to get into your national institutes like NITs and stuff like that. Anna University is completely different. You don't have to write any exams. And just not the academic mark sheet, you should have additional information as well along with one. But I can share you all this relevant information if you want to. If you go to Anna University website, So you will get much clarity. But there is no competitive exams required to get into Anna University.
And the list of colleges under Anna University will be
They will-
different than
they-
the one
yeah.
which is under JE and okay.
Correct.
No,
Correct. Yeah.
thanks, Nazar. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Yeah.
Nizar, someone is asking for your email ID.
Let me just give it, type in it. I can type in.
Thank you very much. Before during the time of typing the email ID, this is time to go for vote of thanks. I believe this session's worthy and having some meaningful information to all the parents. However, based on the inputs further to this session we are receiving, we will go ahead and extend these sessions. Maybe something like somebody asked how to join in an university, how to join in Indian universities, how to join in Tamil Nadu state universities. These things you can go ahead, but this is the time to close this session. To close this session officially, let me welcome our Riyadh Tamil Sangam Secretary, Mr. Saravanan. And after the vote of thanks, I request stay and be online all our RTS SCOM members. Yes, Saravanan.
Thanks, Madhavan. Am I audible?
Yes, Saravanan.
Yeah. Good evening to all. As we close up this session, it is my honor and privilege to deliver the vote of thanks. First and foremost, I would like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to our esteemed speaker, Mr. Nizar Ahmed, for sharing the invaluable insights on academic exams and DASA and CIWG. I personally learned many new things today. Thank you very much, Nizar. Trust me, the Bun and Cream exam, the example is not only motivated you, I hope it will motivate many more. Your expertise and practical advice and examples have provided us with a clear path to achieving our academic goals. Thank you for inspiring and motivating us. And a special thanks to our coordinator, Mr. Madhavan, and all Riyadh Tamil Sangam executive committees for their tireless efforts in putting together this session. I would also like to express our appreciation to all the participants for your active engagement throughout the session. Once again, thank you for all being part of the session. Let us continue to strive for excellence in our endeavors, armed with the knowledge and strategies we have gained today. Thank you all. As Madhavan highlighted, let us hear the feedback from all. So once we have the feedback, then maybe that we can plan multiple future session according to the parents and students need. Thank you all once again. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you, Saravanan. Thank you all. Thank you, parents. Thank you, students. Thank you, teachers. And thank you for the audience.
Thank you.